Welcome to the Dell EMC Unity XT Crew Removal and Replacement series. In this series of short videos, we're going to use Unisphere and UEM CLI commands to identify faulted custom replaceable units on a Dell EMC Unity XT storage system. We'll then look at the ways to prepare the system for service, including service mode and reset and hold modes. We'll demonstrate the removal and replacement of the faulted crew, and finally verify the replacement crew is working correctly. One of the first things you want to do is to log on to the storage system using the Unisphere interface. This requires that you have initialized the system and provided an IP address in your browser, and once you do that, you're going to be brought to the page that you see here. You're going to have a username along with a password. That combination was also set up during the initialization process. And once you provide those correct credentials, we'll be able to log in and view the dashboard page. So from the view here, from the Unisphere dashboard, we can see we indeed have a fault. It's a single hardware fault. We're going to go ahead and verify that with the alerts. See when we generate an alert. We can see here we have a storage processor failure. And then we have a second failure above that telling us that we have an issue with the enclosure itself, the array. So let's again verify that in the logs. We're looking for the same time as always, the same time as the generated alerts in the logs, and we confirm that indeed the storage processor looks bad. So from the system view, we see we have an error, and I can go ahead and click on that error, or the crew I should say, and I can see the whole top SPB looks like it has faults. Okay, so that whole the whole processor itself, and I can that's from the rear view in the legend. So I can see here again the SPB is faulted. I can verify that again by looking at the ENV show SP, and I can see again it has a major fault. So just another verification. And so I'll come down to the affected SPB in this example, and I'll put it into service mode by entering service mode. You provide your service password, and then once that SP is in service mode, the SP fault LED will be amber, blue, and flashing at 1 second intervals. We're ready to service the system. So we'll go ahead and disconnect all the cables. We need to get that SP out of the system, and because it's defaulted SP, we're going to have to transfer all those components. So you used to really just pull that orange latch on the SP, pull it all the way out to dislodge that storage processor, and then go ahead and pull it on out here from the back. So you have a replacement storage processor, and you have your old faulted storage processor. So you're going to go ahead and use those blue push, almost like push buttons to open that lever. And then make sure you swap any of the NV modules out in the memory modules. We're going to identify the SSDs first, or I should say the M2 device here. So we're going to swap that on out. And we're going to replace it onto the new storage processor. And then you're going to do the same thing by go ahead and remove your memory modules. Now you got to do this one at a time, of course. You're going to take one off the old one, you're going to put it on the new one, make sure it's seated properly, press down, and you're going to repeat that procedure for as many DIMMs as you have in that storage processor. It could be 24 of them if you're fully populated. And we continue to just go ahead and do that operation. And finally, the last one that we have. So we've done that, and we're going to swap all the cooling modules. Cooling modules, you'll see here, I'm starting with one here. It's a little blue latch that you really just pull out and take off. to expose that. And there's 6 of them in the chassis here, so I took one off. You see I have to connect it back onto the motherboard, and you're going to pop it back on there, press it down, and securely seat it. And you do the next cooling module. Disconnect the cable from the motherboard, pull it on straight out, and swap the second module. And you continue to do that until you've swapped all 6 cooling modules. And here goes the last one. So we've done that. We've done the M2 devices. We've done the DIMMs. We've done the cooling modules. Now we'll swap out the battery backup unit. So the battery backup unit has a little dust cover on it, and it has a cable that connects to the motherboard. You need to take the dust cover off, pull off the cable, and there's 2 little levers that you're going to press back towards yourself, and you're going to pop that battery backup unit back on. And there's 2 little holes in the battery backup unit that have to align to the pegs on the motherboard. Once you align that, you go ahead and insert it, cable it up, put your cover back on, and that is the completion, at least swapping of the modules on the storage processor. So at this point, we should be good to go. We're going to take that. We're going to go ahead and swap out just the remaining parts that we have here that weren't internal to the storage processor. So this one's going to be the power supply. And you're going to do the power supplies. And in this case, I take the orange lever and I slide out the I/O modules. You see I'm doing this again one at a time. I'm taking one out, putting it in the same slot on the good SP one at a time. Press in the orange lever there. Go ahead and pull the I/O personality board out, or the embedded I/O module, if you want to refer to it as the embedded I/O module. And you push it in, you make sure it's locked into place. And at that point you've replaced the external parts of the SP as well, and you're going to lock that SP into place into the chassis, and you're going to go ahead and if you took it out of the chassis, just install it in the chassis. Here I took it out for demonstration purposes, but it's just showing us that we can install the chassis back in where we had it. Normally you don't have to do that. You can do that by doing the same thing by just pulling the SP out of the chassis. And then you, of course, you have your cables marked, and then you're going to replace the cables the same place where you actually took them off. Now, at this point, we're ready to reboot that storage processor out of service mode. And we go to the Unisphere, we find the SPB. We're going to go ahead and select reboot. Anytime, of course, you go into service mode, you type in your service password to allow you to perform the operation. And it should come up as a normal SP after some amount of time. And both SPs at this point should show a normal status. The system view should show normal status as well, and the enclosures should show no faults. And you see at this in this example, the rear shows as green. The rear view shows as green. There are no faults, and it looks like everything is good. All the critical errors, because we had auto enabled for the alerts, are gone, and the logs are cleared as well. So that is well, I guess finally verify that it works with UEM CLI. So that's how we replace a SP.